Hi, Ketlie here from the Strategy Room. Good to see you again. I have a treat for you today. I had an interview with Spence Finlinson, a motivational speaker. I think it went pretty well. You tell me. I'll see you on the other side.
Welcome back to our second segment on immediate response. I'm joined now by Ketlie Butler. Welcome to Immediate Response. Good to see you.
Good to see you, and thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're looking well. Introduce
you.
yourself to the Bahamian nation for us, please, and the worldwide audience. We have an audience all over the world.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Okay, self. I like that self. When I hear self, I go to self to introduce myself.
Yes.
Okay, I am Ketlie Butler. Ketlie Butler means to change the atmosphere.
Okay.
And I don't labor to do that. I am that.
Wow.
Right.
What is your background?
Well, banking and finance.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And my inherent passion is to assist as much people as I can to develop into their best self.
Wow,
by
awesome.
Mindset transformation.
Awesome.
Yes.
When did you get the bug for this? When did you get the inspiration to I mean, you've been in banking and other areas, but
Yes.
when did you get the shot of adrenaline to help people become their best selves?
The thing is, for the most part, I really did not know what I was here for and what to do.
But you know your purpose now.
I certainly do. Right, I certainly do. And my brothers and sisters, you saw early what it is that they wanted to do, but I couldn't figure it out.
Right.
And so I just, went into banking because I love people.
Yes.
And I find out that I was always number one in sales and everything that I do.
Really?
Yeah, number one.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But I get to realize further on that it was not the sales, it was the people. Mm-hmm. The connection with the people and the genuine concern and love and wanting to have them to develop, even my staff, the people who work with me.
Yes.
If I detected that there was something wrong, and I did it easily.
Well, I'm so glad that you're here. I just want to go back to a couple of comments, and since this is Cat Island and you're originally, you have Cat Island roots.
Well, way back.
Way
back.
Yeah. Crystal Mon could say anyone interested in attending that program, they can reach out to her. All right, and Carolyn Dorset is in Florida watching, so it's a great show. And now my question for you is this. We have a problem with productivity in the workplace in this country. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, in the Caribbean, they deemed it such a big thing. In Barbados, they created a whole department dealing with productivity.
Okay.
And they launch out doing productivity workshops in the Eastern Caribbean, all those countries. Mm-hmm. I don't know, the chamber, I think it has died off a bit now.
Okay.
But we have problems with productivity in the workplace. A lot of Bahamians show up for work late. Mm-hmm. We have a problem with time. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
We still talk about Bahamian time and CP time, which is colored people time. And they leave early. I had some guys who bragged to me one day. They saw me and they were in a government vehicle. And they told me, Brother Finlayson, man, we don't work hard,
Oh, wow.
So we go and we get the truck from down in the yard, and we go in the grove and we drink in these bars until 4 o'clock time to take the vehicle back to the yard. And they felt no shame telling me that.
Absolutely not.
All right? And there are people who brag about, well, boy, I check in and then I go and do my own things. Mm-hmm. Someone punch in for me or sign me in. There's a problem with productivity in the workplace.
Yes.
And particularly the way our system is set up. Once you see 3 o'clock, you can't get nothing done in this country anymore. People are doing school runs and everything else. They have to go here. They're changing this and that. What do we do about this, Ms. Butler?
Okay, so I had the privilege of managing quite a few people, big people in my time in banking. And I realized that people want you to see them.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. They want you to see them. They want you to care about what they care about.
Yes.
And for some reason or the other, I always they always send to me the persons who are not working out. Okay. Yeah. Wow. And I love that. I love that.
Yes.
And I love people, so I study people, right? And so if I am going to be in this thing with having to deal with people, I need to know everything about people.
Right.
Epigenetics, metaphysics, biology, everything I can understand, I can get to understand about a person. And individually, when I look, I see that something happened along the way. Okay? Initially, they would probably try, and they don't get the recognition.
Yes.
Because, everything in this life is changing except the basic human need.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
And as leaders, we have a responsibility to inspire.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And we can't just arbitrarily say, oh, he's lazy. What's the problem? Let's talk. Gain the trust.
Exactly.
Once you show that you care, you get your foot in the door.
Good.
And so when you start to have that conversation,
Yes.
and you start to encourage this, and I know you can do this. Don't pander to what they're not doing. Pander to what they are doing, and eventually they would want to please you, because most people don't try to please the employees; they try to please the leader. Okay.
Yes.
And then eventually they'll come to you, and it's just having the conversation and encouraging and showing them how they can develop into this different human being and what is on the other side if they do that.
Right.
Okay, and working with them constantly. And so I had a branch at one point that was failing.
And you were able to turn it around?
Yes, we were number 1 3 years in a row.
Ketlie Butler,
Yes.
you turned it around.
One person at a time. So it's just not like working on the symptoms, but the root cause analysis.
You understand people.
Understand, yes.
You certainly understand people.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Ketlie, are we finding in the workplace today inspirational leadership at the top? Here's a classic case. President John F. Kennedy, around 1960, gave a speech at Rice University in Houston, Texas, about the United States going to the moon. It was the moon race, right? It's such an inspiring speech.
Right.
And he says, we're going to the moon not because it's easy, but because it's hard.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
And that charged the entire United States nation, and they led the race to the moon.
Right.
Beating Russia and the Soviet Union at the time, right?
Yeah.
But it was inspirational leadership that Kennedy provided.
Yes.
That the whole nation bought into. Do we find we have inspirational leadership in the workplace today where the subordinates buy into the leader's vision and jump on board, say, let's go with this? What are you finding out as an expert?
Sadly, it's not much. It's waning, right? We don't have much inspirational leaders. And I think it's a combination of lack of training and pressure to produce.
Pressure to produce.
Pressure to produce.
Yes.
I remember at one point, we, as a loan officer, we had like $200,000.
Wow.
And by the end of 2 years, it was $700,000, right, that we had to produce.
Yes.
So it's pressure and it's lack of training.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Yes.
And sometimes we get promoted because of what we do, but not because of who we are.
Oh, you have to repeat that, please.
Yes.
You have to repeat that, please, Ketlie.
Right. We get promoted because of what we do and not because of who we are. Right?
Yes.
So because I get the numbers or because I please you with the productivity only, I'm good. But I've seen in many cases where a person's produced, but no, the attitude is not there.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Carolyn Dorset, all the way in Florida, is saying training is the key, just like what you mentioned.
Yes.
Evangelist Monique Deal is tuned into the program this morning. Good morning, Monique. Rudia Rhodes said that's the key, understanding people.
Yes.
Yeah, understanding people.
Yes.
And it sounds simple, hey.
It sounds simple.
But a lot of people don't understand people.
No, they
particularly
don't.
in the workplace.
No.
They don't take the time.
They don't take the time.
And
initially, it may seem like a prickle patch, but that's okay. That's okay. Understand that you're trying to get to the heart of that person. So it may be a little bit coarse getting in, but you have to understand it's not personal.
How do you, Ketlie, Christine Barnaby.
Yes. Good friend.
Say, good morning, my sister. You go, girl. This is the Christine I know, the Reverend.
Yes.
That's my good buddy. I spoke at her church before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Awesome woman.
Yes. Good morning, Christine. How do you get the people to buy into the vision as a leader in the organization? Because there are lots of pockets of people who, even when you call a staff meeting, a lot of times they're grumbling and stuff. I got to go to the staff meeting 10 o'clock today. I won't go because they're always talking the same thing and nothing ever is done.
Yeah.
Staff meetings have a bad name.
Yes, they do.
Generically in the workplace, right? And so how do you get people as a leader and a manager, supervisor to buy into your vision? Because you can't go it alone.
No, you can't go it alone.
You can't go it alone.
No.
So tell me, how did you like it? Interesting? Well, the treat is a couple of them that's going to be dropping because we broke it up in about 4 to 6 segments. So I hope you enjoy the next one. See you later. Bye-bye.